I want you to check this out. What do you see here? A big sheet of paper. Actually many sheets of paper on top of each other. But what do you see on it? It's the design of a 20 euro bill. Let's continue. You pick it up to cut it in pieces. You see it? Well, that's how they begin with it. They pick up a large sum of paper, shake it, get the air out of it, flatten it a bit. You do it well, or else the result's going to be bad. Just keep watching. Here comes the paint. Purple, color of deception. This symbolizes wealth. And there it goes. The design is placed on the paper. And from time to time, you need to check it out if it's done well or done in... Hold on. Let me go back. You sucks. Look at this. This is the beast right over here. Apollo, their king. Again, sun symbol. Isn't that amazing how they show you plainly who they worship? So let me get this straight, folks. This is why folks wake up every morning to perform labor for a stranger. They do this every day except in weekends, and the only thing they get in return is a compensation at the end of the month, and the compensation consists out of this over here. But because they don't have this located in all places, you get it in digitals on your bank account, so then you can go to an ATM to withdraw this. This is just art, folks. Heliocentric art. Yet if you would do a similar thing and decide it has value, you would go to jail. You're not allowed to do it. Why not? Oh, people can't answer that. And the population just takes it. This piece of paper here determines your value. This piece of paper here determines how much you can get away with. Because that's what it's all about. The one that has cash has a right to influence the environment with his will. If you're dependent on him or her for cash, you have to take things from them. You have to find a way to deal with what they will. That's what it's all about. It's all about having a narcissistic relief by having influence on someone else. Or better said, it's you being able to get away with your will because you have more of this currency over here. That's what it's all about. People ascribe sacred value to this piece of paper. Well, it isn't worth anything. People put this piece of paper above human lives. Why? Here, I said before, it's all about narcissistic supply. If you have someone that rents a house, he pays the currency, and he has children, he thinks he can get away with treating the children however he wants because it's his house, he's paying the rent. But you know what? Even in this Apollonistic world, if you go too far with your kids or with your wife or with anyone in your house or in your apartment where you pay the rent, you will go to jail and you will lose that house or apartment. So no willing for free there. Not even those diabolical governments allow people to will whatever they will. Yet that's the fantasy, or not fantasy, that's the delusion many people are holding on to. That they can get away with their will as long as they have enough, as long as they have enough resource to do it. And cash or money is the resource that many see as a ticket to will whatever they will without anyone having the right to challenge them. And here's the thing. All of this does not cancel out the mortality of your body. Your body will still expire, and it will be Christ, the King of Kings, that will resurrect you when he returns. So all of this has its practical use in daily life, but it's not a provider. It's just a tool. But many worship this tool. This is their provider. And because they need this in daily life, the quote-unquote boss at work is like a god unto them. Need to watch out for the boss, or else. It's all fear. Look, there's nothing wrong with having a job somewhere. But realize Christ is your provider. He is the boss, okay? The moment you assign rulership over your being to anyone else except Christ is idolatry. It's idolatry. Just look at this. This is just art. If I had some machines, I could do the same thing with my own design. Don't you know that in the United States, that's in the early 19th century, there were local banks that did this? Not this with the euro, I mean, but they had their own currencies that they called the dollar. So you could be in the Ohio territory and you could bring $1 bill all to Florida, and the $1 bill would look completely different. Why? Because they knew that it was just a tool and it was just fiction. Okay? Now it's arranged worldwide that only central factories, we call them central banks, are allowed to do this. And you need this paper in daily life to exchange for goods and resources, but they're the only ones that produce it. So to get it, you need to bow down to their terms and find a way to deal with their will. It's a way to trick you into worshiping their god, Apollo. That's all it is. Look, you do what you have to do in your daily life, whether it's going to your job or whatever it is, to get the currency, so you can use the currency correctly. But this is not your provider, and here's the thing. This is just made up. It's just made up. So if the bank gives you a loan of 10,000 euros, they just type in 10,000 euros and on your account, and that's it. No extra amount is made because much of this is already stored somewhere in the archives. No amount of bills are transferred from the European Central Bank towards your local bank because you have a loan of 10,000 euros. No, it's just made up. It's nothing but fiction. It's only because of violence and the dumping of negative energy that people consider this valuable. It is because without this you can't purchase bread or you can't pay rent. That's why people think this is real. It's not real. That's why pagans who see through the game, they use paranormal assistance to get this. And that's what a lot of scammers do. They use paranormal assistance to get this from people. But pagans who are not into scamming folks, they will use ceremonies to attract this to them. They don't put in their mind, oh, I need to work harder, or I need to. No, because they realize it's just a hoax. And true believer, you're far above all of this. Yes, you use this in daily life. That's practical. There's no way around it, but don't serve it. Okay? It must serve you. It must be in alignment with you, not you in alignment with it. Well said for now. Keep agreeing with Christ and be at peace.